Nah. You working with
I've known
Pac?
Puff for 30 years.
You saw Big before he passed?
Yeah.
Bro, so you're close. And Jack, what were you saying about that?
I went to college with Puff.
Hang on. What were you saying?
I knew Diddy when he was Puffy.
Okay.
In the documentary, there was insinuations of, that Diddy possibly had something to do with both Tupac and Biggie. And,
Who's telling the story, right? You can skew.
People very close to the situation.
But you can skew. You can create any narrative as a producer and as a director and as a storyteller. I can create a narrative. I could be like, you know what?
You have.
I could create a narrative.
Well,
I
we see it all the time in reality shows.
Reality shows.
Yeah,
That's how
you're
they
creating
create
a
a
narrative.
character.
It doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't mean it's true. I can get interviews. I can do this. I can get footage, and I could make you think this about that person.
Nah, for sure, yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily mean it's true. So for me, I think, look, 50 and Puff have a long-term beef. It's personal. It's
Well,
between.
people are saying 50's wrong for doing it, but 50's right for doing it. It's divided.
It's between him and Puff. And before it's between him and Puff, it's between both of them and God. Just the way Puff is down on his luck and 50's kicking a man when he's down.
God is going to.
If 50 ever luck turned up on 50, that you got to be careful what you put out. There's a karma to every action that you do.
You think we'll see that day?
Huh?
You think we'll see that day?
I don't think 50 does dumb stuff. He's very smart, in terms of his business. I think he already had his.
I think we already would have saw it.
He got shot 9 times. He paid his debt early. So that's why he's like, F it. But, look, this is between him and Puff, and honestly, it's between both of them and God.
Yeah.
So, only God can judge, and both of them people have time to sit with God and talk about and through everything. And right now is Puff's time to sit there and have a conversation, a much needed conversation with God. Like I said, I know his kids, I know his family, I know 50. I've seen Tupac and Biggie, both friends of mine, die for beef. I think we all need to learn our lessons. Mm-hmm. And at a point, you're going to keep one up on each other until the beef gets so out of hand that lives are at stake, and that's when you've crossed the line. And at a point, now it's no holds bars and bare knuckle boxing. When Puff come out, he gonna probably have the 50 Cent documentary
ready.
You should let it go.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV. UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in on another day, in another way, in another play, the Diddy documentary that made its way onto the timeline and the topic of discussions in the news and the blogs once again. And in the end, all I can say is Netflix for the win, because they get the traction, they get the conversation going right back to people clicking and keeping it in the algorithm. And I had a link in the description where you can watch the clip at the beginning in full from the cruise show where Marlon Wayans was, as now him and 50 Cent is keeping the conversation going because they into it. As we seen what he said right there, and I let a lot of that clip play so people can get the full context. I know sometimes people just want you to throw the stuff up. That's how misinformation gets spread around. So I like to give it all there so people won't be misquoted, won't be taken out of context, and false narratives won't be pushed or who said what or how they said it. Well, 50 Cent went up and said, keep my name out your mouth, boy. Put up the white chicks thing of Marlon Wayans. Hey, bro, you speaking on me, how you speaking on me and what I got going on. Well, now, Marlon Wayans woke up early, got right back to it, and threw up his own post and said, now let's think about this 50, and put him as 12 years a slave right there. Now, exactly what he means when Marlon Wayans put that out there, I don't know for sure. I don't know what he's getting at, but you could say whatever angle. I'm not going to speak for him right here, but he spoke his truth on the situation, as he had also went to Big Boy as well and did an interview. 50 didn't like it. 50 went up as it's getting to the blogs. Now, in this situation, I don't know if 50 is doing it for trolling, marketing. We know that's a part of his tactic to keep the conversation going. Now, 50 Cent is an executive producer on this project. That was something that the position that they have for him to be the executive producer. He's not over to my understanding, none of the creation of it, none of the story narrative or anything of the sort. Basically, he's the face, and we know the game. We know how this go. 50 Cent being the face of this, the issues that him and Diddy have had online, going at Diddy. Netflix know what they doing, y'all. They know the controversy sells. 2 black moguls into it. Some of the most popular black people in the world, got to be in the top 30 for both of them. I say top 20 even. Most popular black people in the world. Diddy and 50 Cent. People know them everywhere. So we got them 2 into it. Oh, we got this force driving it. This is going to do better than the other documentaries having 50 Cent executive produce it. We know he know how to market it. That's his game. That's his lane. That's his thing. He going to go put the face, and it's going to go up. And now, a week later, people still talking about it. It's still a topic of discussion. Now with him and Marlon Wayans going back and forth, it's turning it up even more. This is all free promo, just keeping it 1,000. That's how Netflix is looking at it. Now 50 Cent is the executive producer of this, to my understanding. He had no creative control over it. He didn't put this stuff together and have this go on. It's like, hey, you're the face of this right now. We gonna go with that. You do the media for it, you do the press for it, you highlight it. But the other thing with this is, and I want to make this clear, 50 Cent do what he want to do, move how he want to move. I spoke to the situation of what Marlon Wayans was saying. No matter what's going on with them two, whatever beef they got, everything that's in this documentary is not confirmed facts, bro. I'm not making excuses for Diddy. I'm not saying that Diddy was a good person. Fam, we've been seeing who Diddy was on the internet forever. We've been seeing who Diddy was in the industry forever. He has moments online. He has moments in interviews. He has stuff going back to how he did the band, and then other things in this industry that we all know about. Then we even saw the video with Cassie. But all I said is, just because a person has done all this other stuff, just because you put people in the documentary and say that he did this, he did this, he did this, and he's tied to this, that means that it's all true. I'm not ever going to go back and say, hey, well, I don't like somebody, or he's a bad person, or he did some bad things. That means that everything you're saying about the man is true now, because what people got to know, no matter who you like, don't like, what side you on or not on, what you don't agree with or agree with, facts are facts. And if you're not showing the facts, then guess what? And when I say facts, not just somebody speaking, the documented proof of these things. They can say whatever. They can post whatever. You give anybody testimony. A person that is creating a documentary has a narrative that they are pushing. If it is not a factual, well, we're going to put the proof and the evidence to show all these things are true. Because then guess what? He can come back and say, show me the proof. Show me why I did this at. Not saying he did or didn't do it, but I don't know. Even going back to the Biggie and Pac situation, all these years later, there's still no actual physical proof or evidence that ties Diddy to the deaths of Biggie or Pac. That's all that I be saying, bro. But it get pushed certain ways in the media, this and this and that. I'm not making excuses for Diddy. We been knew Diddy was a freaky, nasty nigga. Like, come on. What are we saying? We got that. But all I'm saying is, just because you put something on film, it's edited well, and then the things that you can see that are true and facts, that's that. The other side coming out, they can say, man, this stuff ain't true. What the proof with that at? We see Diddy Mama came out and said something. We see Biggie Mama estate and representatives came out and said this stuff ain't true, this being put up in here. I can't confirm none of that. I can't say it's true or not true. But I know that what Marlon Wayans said about documentaries in general, not just this one, the narratives, because people push narratives in the media. That's just what that is. The media narratives have been running the game forever, bro. Just keep it all the way 100. That's why media is the most powerful weapon in the world. Just get that understood. That's all it is with me. It ain't about choosing no side. And I stand firm on what I always say. If you a man and a man play with you and you go back around that man, that means you're there as a volunteer. You're no longer a victim. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.